Hello, grade 6 students. For this week, we are going to the lab. So please, on Sunday, do not forget your lab coats. For this week's lab, we are going to identify condensation in the lab. The title of this lab is called Mirror, Mirror. For this lab, we are going to identify how fog is created in the bathroom mirrors, and we are going to be introduced to the meaning of condensation. And by the end of the class, as usual, after we are done with our experiment, we are going to solve your lab report. As for Monday, we are going to start our new lesson, which is called Changes of State. We're going to see how states, solid, liquid, and gas change the state. We are going to start on Monday by knowing what does thermal energy and temperature mean, how do they affect the change of state. We're going to watch videos as usual to learn what is thermal energy and what is temperature. We're going to see simulations about thermal energy, and we will also discuss the relationship between thermal energy and temperature by reading from our books. And then, as usual, we are going to assess our knowledge by an online quiz. On Tuesday, very important day, we are going to talk about we are going to do your summative exam, your summative assessment. That will include the first 4 lessons, which are lesson 1.1 and 1. Describing and classifying matter, lesson 1.2 measuring matter, and then lesson 1.3 changes in matter. As for 2.1, the solid, liquid, and gas states, the 3 states of matter. This will be held on October 17th. As for Wednesday, we are going to continue the second lesson of the second unit, which is change of state, and we're going to start about identifying melting and melting point, freezing and freezing point. We're going to talk about melting and freezing. We're going to see a video about melting, and then we're going to view a simulation about melting, and then we're going to see a video explaining freezing, and then we're going to see a simulation about melting and freezing of matter. And then, as usual, we are going to assess ourselves by an online quiz. As for Thursday, we're going to continue lesson 2.2 and talk about vaporization, and we are going to differentiate between boiling and evaporation. We are going to watch a video and to understand what is vaporization, and we are going to have a activity where we draw a small diagram to discuss the differences between boiling and evaporation. And then we are going to see a video that explains the effect of pressure on evaporation. And then we are going to discuss the effects of pressure on the boiling point as a group work. And as usual, we are going to have a self-assessment to assess our knowledge by having an online quiz. This is what we are going to do during this week. If you need anything, you know where to find me, and please do not forget your lab coats. Thank you so much, grade 6, and have a great week.